Merry Christmas. Good evening. My name's Mark Allen Lovewell. I'm a folk singer from the island of Martha's Vineyard. So glad to have you here with us tonight.
I'm here too.
And Molly's here. Molly Conole is joining with us. We're going to have a special Merry Christmas program.
I'm going to make sure we have sound. We do.
Blowing westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Now up comes the whale, the biggest of all. He went up aloft and let all the sails fall. Blowing winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Now up comes the mackerel with his striped back. He stands up on deck and says, "My name is Jack." Blowing winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. All right, one more verse. How about that? Up comes the bluefish, he's a wagging his tail. He flips and he flops and says, "Time to make sail." Blow, you winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes.
Yay, always
Good
good to
evening,
start out
everyone.
with some concertina. Always a good way to start.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we love these instruments. Oh,
I
my
know.
gosh.
Oh, now we got the granddaddy.
The baritone. Yeah, thank you for joining with us. And, we're doing a little bit different. We're going to do a little piece of the Ukrainian national anthem. It's obviously been an amazing week for any of you who are following the international news, and we are very, very sensitive. And, we started, back in February, March, when we started doing a little piece of the national anthem. I had no idea that this was going to be going on and on and on. But we're there. We're very, very sympathetic to the Ukrainians and their struggle against.
And there's a lot of people struggling out there, right? But this is such a great anthem. I think can stand for all the struggles, right? We're just gonna do a little snippet, tip of the hat.
All right, here we go.
Godspeed. We wish you all well.
We sure do. Mm-hmm. We have strong feelings about. We have very strong feelings about it, and we know you do as well, and we've got to see ourselves through this. Anyway, we're thinking Christmas, and
that's right.
We're touching some tunes here. Let's see. I'm doing this in the key.
What are we doing? This. Oh, that is flute too.
Oh my gosh, there's a harmonica in here too.
Oh boy.
I got it all plugged in.
Well, that's right. We got capos, harmonicas, we got stuff, and we got people here with us. Isn't that wonderful? Woo!
Oh my gosh.
That's right. People are here with us. Yay!
Now I want you to know we got the wood stove going. You're not seeing a flame because we've had this thing going all day, and we've had it been going for several days, but we just. The temperature's getting warmer outside, and so Ashley did her part. So
that's right.
It's pretty darn warm in here. And so we're not throwing another log in because we'll cook ourselves.
Are you sure? Okay, all right. You tell me if I need to. I can throw one in.
Looks good.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. What do you
looks
think?
a little low. I'll throw one.
You want to throw one in there?
Keep everybody entertained.
People love seeing us throw wood in there.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Right? So,
You're braver at it than me. I'm going to get the poker. In case I do something. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, look at
You
that.
just did it.
Did it right
That's
in
enough.
there.
That's enough.
That's-
You did it.
Alrighty.
You just did it. All right. There
Did
we
it.
go. Good.
There. Now, we'll have some.
So you've all seen it. We've just put a log in there, and there's some sparks going on and all kinds of stuff.
That's right. And the
And
weather
if there's
outside.
any reason why you notice that we're wearing the same shirt, is that
We're gonna tell about that later. That's part of the story in the shout out, right? But,
we'll tell you why we're wearing the same
But
shirt.
you're not seeing things. Oh, you're gonna know this one. You might have to sing along. It's a good one.
1,
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King.
Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Wow.
That was like some little angel
That
wings
was
beating.
that was not part of our practicing. That snuck that right in there.
It was a little angel
was
just
beautiful.
snuck in there. Some,
That was
some,
nice.
some wings beating. That's what it was.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right.
You never know what's going to come out here. This is live, folks.
Okay, let's see what's next. I'm gonna need the words of that poem.
Oh, okay. Here we go. There we go. We got a poem coming up. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely.
So Christmas at Sea is a poem. And it was written by Robert Louis Stevenson back in the 1800s. And it's a wonderful poem. And, Christmas, for those of us down by the sea, it's an amazing time in the year. We think of the sailors that go, in this island we're not as connected to the sea as we used to be, but we've got quite a few out there who do work on ships, and they leave their homes and they go afar. And they're usually away from home during the holidays. And we think about them. And maybe some of you in your own memories and your thoughts going back have an experience where you were away from your family during the holidays. So Christmas at Sea has mixed messages for you. You're lonesome. You're thinking of your family. You're thinking of, and even for those of us who are getting aging, our kids grow up and they leave the home and they go afar. They go to different places. And so Christmas at home is different. But Christmas at Sea is a universal thought that we can all share together. And one of my favorite stories about Christmas at Sea was from, and I've told this story before, and I love telling it again. There were a group of whaling captains gathering for a dinner for Christmas in Nantucket in the 1800s. It was the early 1800s when whaling was really in its heyday. It was really going very strong, and there was all kinds of advancements in nautical travel and being able to go around the world and know where you were by your sextant and by your following the stars and having a sense of where you were, the latitude and longitude. When they figured out latitude and longitude at sea, what a great gift that was to all the whaling captains who went to sea, because they traveled all over the globe and they had the knowledge of where they were by being able to determine their latitude and longitude. And these captains were gathered for a Christmas dinner on Nantucket, and they were very, obviously they were in great fellowship and having a good time, and they projected and they thought, looking to ahead, that a year from now they won't be home. A year from now they'll be at sea. And these men gathered together, on their last Christmas dinner with their families, because they knew they weren't going to be around a year from now, made a pledge to each other that they were going to gather a year later, Christmas, and they were going to gather in the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
They made that pledge to each other, and there were about 5 or 6 of them. And they didn't say, we'll meet at the Sandwich Islands in Honolulu and go into the local tavern and have a wonderful time. No, they didn't make that. These guys were diehard sailors, deep sailors with a new technology that had arisen, latitude and longitude. So what they did was that they pledged that they would meet in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh my goodness! How'd they do that?
Isn't that amazing? And this is before GPS. This is before anybody had an iPhone, and this is before satellites. And these guys were doing their determining where they were by using sextants and using clocks and chronometers on board ship. And they plotted out that they would go and meet a year later for Christmas. And I know this is a true story because I read it in a Nantucket newspaper, but it actually happened.
Oh my goodness, they did it.
They
wow.
did it. And, for whatever, we all know the story about Christmas being for these folks and for those folks. Christmas isn't always the wonderful thing that it was portrayed. And in most whaling ship stories, there's not a heck of a lot of merry in it. There's not a lot of merry and celebrating. But in this case, there was the idea of let's gam. Let's have a gam. And a gam is when you bring ships together to share in the story. And I love that story. I love the concept.
That's amazing.
I love the idea that you could sit together. For some of my sailing friends in the audience, I'd speculate to them, what are the chances you get together even in this modern age and say, a year from now, we're going to all meet together at a certain latitude and longitude, and we're going to have a game. Now, I can visualize that in my own mind, and so I can value that, and I can say to myself, what a cool thing.
That's very cool.
Of course, in the Pacific Ocean where they were gathering, the weather was considerably warmer than it is here and the way it's been here. So down there, it's not such a bad idea to be in the southern Pacific Sea. But I love that story.
Wow.
So this is an opener for the poem I'm going to read to you. I don't know how many of you know this poem, and please comment. I'd love to have you give me feedback on it because it's my assumption. I'm going to make this assumption that not everyone knows the story behind this poem. This is an amazing poem. And the hardship of it is because he wrote this in the 1800s, and we don't know a lot today about maritime sailing and traveling. But this is the story, and then I'm going to read the poem. So this man who wrote this, the protagonist in the poem, Robert Louis Stevenson, is on a ship. Christmas. And they're going through tough weather. Ice. Freezing. Terrible conditions. And they're tacking. Now this is the day before diesel engines. So they were tacking back and forth, trying to make headway to go where they were going. And when they were tacking, they were trying to avoid running aground.
Tacking. I learned what tacking is. I'm so proud.
One way and then you go another. But the wind and the current were not favorable enough for them, so they spent all day Christmas tacking to get beyond this certain part.
But they weren't getting anywhere, right?
They weren't getting anywhere, but they finally did. I mean, the good news is they finally do. At the end of the poem, you find out they made it. But while they're doing it, while they're on this journey of going back and forth in frigid temperatures and the ship is not making its way and they're feeling they might run aground or they might whatever, they're tacking by the very town that Robert Louis Stevenson, the protagonist in the story, sailing right by his hometown. His home.
Wow.
And so while this is Christmas Day, he's speculating and he's thinking in this poem about the experience of being out in the ship while his family is gathered for Christmas dinner.
Oh.
Talk about feeling lonely.
Yeah.
Talk about feeling detached and distressed. And, I think we can all identify with it. I certainly can, because when I was in my 20s, I did some sailing, I did some shipping, I did some traveling, and I know what this I know what this poem is about. But anyway, I'm going to read it to you, and I apologize to those of you who already know the poem and already know the story and have heard it enough. But I think it's a great story. It's a great Christmas story, a Christmas evening that we could share together tonight. So bear with me. I'm going to read it, and I think you'll get it much more clearly now that you know what to expect. It's called Christmas at Sea. The sheets were frozen hard, and they cut the naked hand. The decks were like a slide where a seaman scarce could stand. The wind was a northwester blowing squally off the sea, and cliffs and spouting breakers were the only things alee. They heard the surf a-roaming before the break of day, but 'twas only with the peep of light we saw how ill we lay. We tumbled every hand on deck and santer with a shout, and we gave her the main topsail and stood by to go about. All day we tacked and tacked between the south head and the north. All day we hauled the frozen sheets and got no further forth. All day as cold as charity, in bitter pain, in dread. For very life and nature we tacked from head to head. We gave the South a wider berth, for there the tide race roared. But every tack we made, we brought the North head close aboard. So we saw the cliffs and houses and the breakers running high, and the Coast Guard in his garden with his glass against his eye. The frost was on the village roofs as white as ocean foam. The good red fires were burning bright in every longshore home. The windows sparkled clear and the chimneys volleyed out, and I vow we sniffed the victuals as the vessel went about. The bells upon the church were rung with a mighty jovial cheer, for it's just that I should tell you how, of all the days in the year, this day of our adversity was blessed Christmas morn, and the house above the Coast Guards was the house where I was born. Oh well, I saw the pleasant room, the pleasant faces there, my mother's silver spectacles, my father's silver hair. And well I saw the firelight like a flight of homely elves go dancing round the china plates that stand upon the shelves. And well I knew the talk they had, the talk that was of me, of the shadow on the household and the sun that went to sea. And oh, the wicked fool I seemed in every kind of way, to be here and hauling frozen ropes on blessed Christmas Day. They lit the high sea light, and the dark began to fall. All hands to loose topgallant sails, I heard the captain call. By the Lord, she'll never stand it, our first mate Jackson cried. It's the one way or the other, Mr. Jackson, he replied. She staggered to her bearings, but the sails were new and good, and the ship smelt up to windward, just as though she understood. As the winter's day was ending, and the entry of the night, we cleared the weary headland and passed below the light. And they heaved a mighty breath, every soul on board but me, as they saw her nose again pointing, handsome, out to sea. But all that I could think of, in the darkness and the cold, was just that I was leaving home, and my folks were growing old.
Oh, that's just a tearjerker, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Please comment. Please give us feedback. Please participate in this amazing moment that we're sharing together. Because I feel
we're getting some love out here. We got Seaman all the way from way down south. Hey, Seaman, and Toby's from way up north, and Carol's here, and Candy and Dawn and Eric and Connie and Caroline and Carol, I don't even know. I hope I said everybody, but oh, we're just so glad you're here.
We're
Merry
glad
Christmas!
You're here. And
Thanks for joining
and I've got
us.
so many friends, fishermen friends who work no matter what the holiday, what the day. They're out there. They're out there putting their life at great risk, and their heart at great risk, their soul at great risk to be out there to do what they do.
Yeah.
And so. To them, we're thinking of them right now. So, anyway.
We love this song. We might have done it before here, but that's okay.
I think
we still love it.
We love it.
We still love it, so we're going to keep doing it.
Do I do harmonica with this? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
No, I
don't think so. You just get to do.
The night off.
You get to do some nice guitar stuff on this one. Yeah.
Just right. I want to make sure all my strings are
Oh yeah, I
participating.
remember. I told the story about this one the last time. Green sleeves and where that title came from. That was a juicy tale. I don't need to tell it again. Let's just enjoy the beautiful tune. Yeah. All right. Here you go. You ready?
What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies in such mean estate, where ox and ass are feeding? Good Christian, fear for sinners here. A silent word is pleading. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh, come peasant king to own. The King of kings salvation brings, let loving hearts enthrone. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. I think the fiddle carries the whole tune.
Aw, you're so sweet. Aw, I
Don't you
think it's
agree,
more than
folks?
that.
Come on, I want some comments.
I think it's a 1 and 1
You're
and 1
awesome.
is 5 billion. That's what.
You're awesome.
You're
That's-
awesome,
I
too.
put you on the spot.
You're funny.
We can do that, folks. We're all friends. This is family here right now.
That's right. That's right.
We've only got friends here tonight.
That's right. Speaking of friends, we got news for friends. We got a newsletter coming out.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
We're working on it.
You know, and if some of you haven't signed up for the newsletter, it's easy as ABC. Well, it's as easy as markallenlovewell.com. Yeah, just go to the site. Go to his site.
You get a free newsletter.
You get it in your email. That's it. It's easy.
The only
peasy.
stipulation is that you sign up for it.
In
other words, I don't send it to anybody who doesn't want to get it.
And there's like all kinds of really interesting articles about fishing industry things, about weather, about wind, about anything that has to do at all with any coastal living anything. And there's all kinds of good stuff in there.
And yeah,
It's so
well,
good.
thank you for saying that, because it you know, we have a pretty good show here. We have a pretty good gathering, but there's stuff we leave out. And there are details that are fun, that are kind of interesting. And
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I get a lot of story ideas from those people who follow us on this show. You know,
That's
we really
right.
do. We have, you know, and I mean, I want to get farther along in it. It should be out. I'm going to say when precisely, but when it's
That's
out, I'll have a
dangerous.
lot more confidence in saying what's in it. But I've done this for over a year. Not every month, but pretty darn close. Pretty close.
And it's chock full.
Every couple of
It's
months.
a lot of work because there's so much in there. It's really
It's
a great read.
It's a lot of work, and it comes as a PDF. It's a newsletter.
And it's free.
You can all open it. It's
So
free.
go to his website. Sign up for it.
Sign up
It's
for
really
it.
good. It's worth it.
It doesn't cost you anything.
That's right.
The only thing I want is I want to know who you are. I want to know who's signing up for it, and
That's
that's my
right.
and just
That's
your
right.
email address, your phone number, and I will not share it. I don't share the.
He's
I
not selling it to all
don't- I'm
those
not
big
selling it.
time people
I'm not a
out
big
there.
enough operation to go out and sell it to somebody.
Well, we got to shout out to our friends who are Patreon supporters too, because they make what we're doing here possible, right?
They
I
sure
mean,
are.
it's not free what we do, but we do it because we love it, and we thank everyone who is able
They
to give even
are-
$3 a month. It all helps.
That's a minimum, $3 a month, and
Yeah,
some people are
it's easy.
giving $10 a month.
That's so
and
sweet.
They're regulars in the show, and I could rattle off their names, but I'd be leaving out somebody, and some people are pretty private about their lives and stuff like that. So
But we've got some wonderful, generous people, and we're so thankful. We're thankful to all of you who have recently taken advantage of our website sales and bought some albums and given them us presents. We've been filling orders, so it's really wonderful. So thank you.
Molly's in charge of the store. She's awesome. We got people coming in.
It's fun.
We have repeat customers. Is that a
Thank
sign
you.
of a good sign? I mean, we're not
Thank you, everybody.
competing with Amazon.com. We're not competing with.
That'd be silly.
We're just selling our CDs, and we're doing all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
guys. Thank you. Well, it's hard, not everybody has a CD player, so we understand that can be a little bit of a hindrance.
if you don't have a CD player, you can
go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, go to all of them.
We have Bandcamp. We have Bandcamp. You can actually purchase these.
That's right. You can purchase the CDs there. That's right. Or CD Baby, you can purchase them there. And Spotify will actually pay, $20 for every 9 billion listens that we get. So,
So if you're one of our
Something
billion,
like that.
if you're one of our billions, one of our billion listeners, we can go out and get a cup of coffee.
That's right. Thank you.
That's why Patreon is such an important ingredient, because it's the only economic engine that makes us do what we do. Makes sense.
Right. That's right.
But we're not complaining.
We're not complaining. We're doing this because we love it.
Sure
We love you.
We'll make sure you're informed on what your options are and what the flavors are.
That's right. That's right. Are we
Can
gonna
we
have some
tell
more
them
stuff
about the
here?
color of our shirts while we're with them?
Oh yeah, we could.
We're wearing a Christmas present from my daughter.
Isn't that sweet?
And a shout out
Emma.
to my daughter, Emma Lovewell. She sent Molly and I the same
Isn't that awesome?
shirt. Unfortunately, it's a different size,
That's
so we
right.
both could have one
So
to
we
wear.
could tell them apart. Oh, look, we each had our sleeves. First time wearing them. Oops.
That's right.
Up inside out. It's a nice shirt. It's really comfortable.
It's really nice. Between that and the wood stove, we're fine tonight.
We're good. We're doing great.
Okay, and
That's
the
right.
bleak one. Oh my God.
Oh,
I think
here's
this
another
is-
favorite one.
this
This
one
one
has
was
to-
really,
this
we
is-
were living this one this week, right? In the
Oh,
bleak
my-
midwinter. Oh my goodness.
Please sing along with this song. Many of
That's
you
right.
know it.
That's
You
right. It's
lived
such
it
a good one.
this week.
That's right. Well, you'll know it now. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. I love this. I love it with the harmonica too. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna try not to poke you this time with the violin bow. I'm gonna try. You wonder why I have to sit so far over here. It's because I don't want to poke you. Here we go.
Oh, that's because you want to be closer to the wood stove.
Oh, you found me out. Okay, so now it's your turn. That harmonica makes that song. So
I don't
pretty.
know. I still like that fiddle.
I still like all of it.
Really?
Okay, I confess. I like it all. It's so good. I like it all.
you got-
Oh, now I got something I gotta share.
You got something. We're gonna.
I gotta share something.
You gotta step up.
That's right. I'm stepping up.
You gotta step up to the plate.
That's right. So I have a little poem to share too, and my poem doesn't have the drama of the Robert Louis Stevenson one. That poem is just huge and epic and amazing.
However,
I would venture
you
to
wrote this one. This
Well,
one
yeah.
is yours.
That's
this
right.
is.
I
You
wrote
can't
this.
even get closer. You should
yeah.
feel really good about this poem.
Thank you,
Folks,
hon.
pay attention.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you should tell them a little bit about what to
I
expect.
think I will. I'm going
Or
to tell
just
them.
jump into it.
Just because it seemed to me that maybe most of us aren't going to experience that kind of drama that the Robert Louis Stevenson poem was about. That was huge. But most of us might not find ourselves out at sea looking longingly at our home. But we might still be thinking about home at this time of year. We might still be thinking about it if we can't be at it. Or maybe we're thinking about it because we have a nostalgia for it, or we're missing people that used to be there that aren't there. Or we have fond memories of things that are from times past, or traditions that we've inherited that we keep alive, and the gatherings that we have. So to me, the holidays are all about home.
So tell
And
them what the
that's-
name of the poem is.
Okay.
You're not going to be surprised.
It's called Home Again. Yeah, that's right. So here it is, Home Again. On a catboat, traveling light, wind by day, stars at night. On deck below, I hold you tight. Here, I'm home again. On land, it's busy all the day with work, and then there's time to play. Fiddling, singing, that's the way to feel I'm home again. Memories catch me unaware. Times were rich when you were there. Love and laughter everywhere. Past times bring me home again. Take me where the wind may blow. It's not the place that makes it so. It's who I'm with and how we go. There, I'm home again. That's so hard to read that without tearing up. I gotta say, that's wicked hard. It means a lot, you know.
It's going to be in our
It
next
means a lot.
newsletter.
It's a lot.
And then we'll notice so wonderful. Why don't we follow something like that?
I think with a tune. Should we do it?
We're
Should
going
we
to
do it?
tune. Oh my God, I think I know what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and do something funny.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you for weighing in.
Please comment.
Aw.
Folks, you can't get any more authentic, or you can't get closer to home.
Kenny's here too. Oh, hi, I'm Melissa. Hey, everybody. We're Jane. To all of you guys I hadn't said hello to already. Thank you. It was so nice to see you all here. It feels like you're in the same room. So that's so nice. We're glad you're here. All right. Oh, we got something fun here. I better put this fiddle safely over here.
Is that the right key?
Oh, whatever key you want to play it, honey. We'll sing it there. Concertina just wants to play. Now you're gonna know this song, most of it. We might have hijacked it a little bit. It's in there somewhere.
All the notes are here.
They're there.
They're here. They're here.
They're working their way out. Should we sing it?
Yeah, here we go. But I'm going to depend on you to carry it.
Here we go.
Because these fingers are anyway.
They're finding their way. Here we go. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some tapioca. Oh, bring us some tapioca. Oh, bring us some tapioca. Then bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
One more time.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That means I have 52 weeks to get this song right.
It's a Happy New
I only
Year.
have 52 weeks. I can do it.
That's right.
Just give me 52 weeks.
Now, you notice we threw that tapioca in there because I don't know about you, but we're not finding figgy pudding in the local market. But boy, we find tapioca.
We have a talk about our addiction.
Yeah, it's true confessions
I
time.
don't really can. We share this on this Christmas.
It's
thing.
true
We're trying to
confessions
deal
time.
with it. We affirm the fact we do know that we have an addiction to it.
That's right.
We love tapioca
Oh
pudding.
man, it's so good.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have some ginger beer right now, but this is just the top of the iceberg. This my affection for non-alcoholic ginger beer. Here's to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
But I have bad habits. What's an addiction? Addiction is something that you have to do, that you have to attend to. You have to.
You have
There's
to.
no excuse. And it's for some it's a harmful disease. It'll kill you. But
Absolutely.
by the amount of tapioca we're eating, we might be facing the same problem. Anyhow, we love tapioca pudding, and I would welcome any one of you who wants to join us. And we're not Tapioca Anonymous. We're admitting it to the open world.
That's right.
We have this affliction. We love tapioca pudding.
And maybe some of you share this, and we have great sympathy.
I don't know if anyone has something similar to that. I'll take a comment. Please feel.
Oh yeah, Brad says yay tapioca.
I mean, you gotta love tapioca pudding. Can you imagine that?
But the thing we can't figure out, it's a mystery, one of these unsolvable mysteries of the world. How can like vanilla and some eggs and some milk or cream and a bunch of stirring and some tapioca, how can that be
So delicious.
so delicious? How does that have any right? Those 4 ingredients to be off the charts amazing. It's unfathomable.
Molly's got it right. I mean,
Connie says it too. Yeah, we're everybody's weighing in. I think we're striking a chord here with tapioca.
Yeah, it's
good.
It's an issue. And we're sharing it with you. might think, oh, their problem with ginger beer is. I said, where's my? Oh, here it is. Problem with ginger beer? Well, we love ginger beer and we drink it regularly, and we have it especially when we're in a celebratory mood. And I know some of our friends down the street like to mix rum with it. But I call
no
that
rum here. No rum here.
We don't. We have ginger beer without anything in it.
Straight up.
They have a dark and stormy, and we prefer clear weather.
That's right. Light and sunny. That's what we call our version.
We prefer clear skies, so we call it clear skies. We wake up in the morning without a hangover from drinking ginger beer all night. Well,
but we do eat some tapioca
the thing
with
about
it.
Tapioca is we just feel guilty in the morning when we look at another empty canister. It's going off to the recycling bin.
Oh, Toby's recommending Floating Island. You're going to have to tell us what the ingredients to that is, Toby. So thank you for a new addiction if you might be leading us in that direction.
Please feel free to share your addiction. We're talking Christmas.
Any sweet things will do. Oh, now we have this, of course.
Something else I can help with?
Oh,
my God,
Siri's
where's my
piping
phone
in.
again?
Siri.
Sure I understand.
I think
that's-
Siri wants to sing.
Oh my God, what's the one today?
She doesn't know the lyrics
Stop
to this song,
listening.
though.
We got somebody on. I'm not going to mention her name because she'll come on live again. Anyway.
Oh, I love this.
got one more verse. We're going to do the first verse. Please sing with us. This is the last Christmas song we're doing for the year.
Yeah. You know this one. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother of God, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in
Merry Christmas, everyone.
That was magical. I thought I heard some snowflakes falling at the end of that one, too. That was pretty. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, one more shout out we got, and that's to our families who are not physically with us here right now, but boy, do we hold them dear in our hearts right in here. Our kids, love you. Simon and Mia, I miss you and I love you so much. I'm so glad I got to talk with you today. Love you.
And my kids are afar. They're being wonderful, doing the things that they do where they are.
And your grandkids too. So exciting. So wonderful. And Luca got his first fishing pole. He's going to be a fisherman. So exciting.
My grandson.
So wonderful.
We're talking about my grandson, Luca.
Yeah.
Wish him a Merry Christmas and his brother and his sister, but he's old enough. He got a fishing rod. I got him a mackerel rig.
Isn't that great?
It's a great way to start fishing when you're a little munchkin.
Well, we wish all of you and your families, your loved ones, the most wonderful holiday season. And thanks for being here during it with us. We're appreciative. Oh, you know it. Bring it on home. Let's sing it. Here we go. Hello, hands. Man the capstan. See the cable running clear. In away and with a little boy for New England. We do steer.
Sorry about that.
Rolling home. You wanted to take a detour. Rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. You Spanish maidens, it is time to bid adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Happy times
I've spent with you.
rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to dear New England, rolling home, dear God to thee.
Round Cape Horn. one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow.
Tighten those sheets.
And pulling those halyards, let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God's Lee. All right, one more verse.
One more. You know it.
Next time I see you,
It'll be a new year.
we'll have a new year. A happy New Year, everyone.
Happy good week and a
Thank
happy
you for
new
being
year.
with us all of this year,
Yeah.
start to finish. Some of you new. Welcome, welcome aboard.
Woohoo!
Many thousand miles behind us, many thousand miles to go.
The ocean lifts
Her waves to bring us
to that well.
remembered shore. Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to Martha's Vineyard. Rolling home, dear God's Lee. Great show. Thank you, all of you, for joining with us.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. We love you.